Hello learners, in this lecture we will see how the mixed proportion is going to affect the workability of a concrete, right? We are seen up to the water content. So just I want to play back the video which I had shown. So I'll play back the video once again. See, now we know the entire understanding of water cement ratio and all. Now here what is happening in this particular video, what is happening, water is already there in the concrete, but externally again there is a water being added, right? Now what will happen, we know that, let us say the concrete what is being poured from this particular pump, no, it is somewhere close to, let us say the water cement ratio is somewhere 0.6. Okay, now what has happened, external water is added, that means the water content has increased, right? Water content has increased from zero point 0.6, the water content might have gone, let us say 0.7. So now what will happen, the strength of the concrete is going to come down, right? So now they don't have any other option because they can't even additionally add cement, no. Now if they want to make it proper, then they should have add equal amount of cement here, but since they don't have any, since they are not adding any cement and all, obviously the strength of this concrete is going to come down. And if they are designed it for the better strength by considering lot of safety and all, then I hope nothing is going to happen here. Otherwise after some time this entire slab is going to come down because it is not achieving that amount of strength, right? So that is why when we work on the site and all, we should make sure that we are following all these things. I mean, we should be technically strong, we should be knowing all the concept, and then we can try to apply them practically on the site, right? Yeah, the best option is that they should have stopped the concreting of this. And or see, whenever we do the concreting, you have to plan in such a way that on that particularly there is no rain and all, right? You have to see the weather condition and all, because see, once you start to do the concreting, it's very difficult for you to stop it in the middle. And even the cost of the concrete is very expensive. If you bring it from the RMC plant, it's going to cost you around 6 to, let us say, 6 to 7,000 cubic meter of the I mean 6 to 7,000 rupees per cubic meter of the concrete, right? And when you do the slab casting and all, you will be require huge amount of concrete, let us say 100 cubic meter and all, right? So that is a reason we should always plan in such a way that you are not doing the concreting on the rainy season and all. But there is one more thing to this. The thing is that whenever we try to design the mixed design, anyhow we'll try to see that, as of now try to understand that in the chapter 3 or chapter 4, when we try to understand the mixed design, let us say I want to achieve a strength of 30 Newton per mm square. Okay, but when I try to do my mixed design, no, I'll be designing it for 37. I know all these things, that in future all these things are going to happen. So keeping all these things in mind, whenever I try to do the mixed design of the concrete, uh, 30 is the strength what I need at the site. Okay, but when I try to do the mixed design, no, I do my mixed design for 37 Newton per mm square. That means 7 Newton per mm square I'm doing extra to be on the safer side. So now that additional whatever they have taken, no, that might save them. These people, those are doing the concreting here, that additional factor of safety what the mixed designer has taken into consideration, that may save him, and maybe the collapse of the structure may not happen. But always better, you know, all these things what we actually try to do at the site. Yeah, so with this understanding, we'll try to go ahead. Yeah, now coming to the mixed proportion, right? So aggregate or cement ratio. So whenever I say mixed proportion, it's about aggregate by cement ratio. Okay, aggregate by cement ratio. So aggregate by cement ratio is an important factor influencing the workability of the concrete. So in the lean concrete, less quantity of paste is available for providing the lubrication. As of now, just understand the word lean concrete. Now here in the lean concrete, what is going to happen, less quantity of paste is available for providing the lubrication in the sense the cement paste available is less. If the cement paste available is less, what is going to happen, everywhere it will be filled on the, I mean, if the cement paste itself is less, whenever you pour the cement paste, it will be covered on the layer of a aggregate, right? As a result of that, whatever amount of paste you have, that will be not sufficient for you to achieve the workability. So that is what you mean by the lean concrete. Okay, I mean, yeah. Now next, on the other hand, in case of rich concrete, more paste is available to make the mix cohesive and to give more workability. So when I say rich mix, here what will happen, you will be having certain cement paste to cover your to cover the surface of the aggregate, and after that also again more amount of cement paste is left. So this more amount of cement paste will help you to achieve the workability, right? So this is the meaning of the first and the second point. Now to put it in a very better way and try to understand it how it actually functions, right? So let me do it in this way. I'll make two columns here. Yeah, let me make two columns here. and we'll begin in this way. So the point of discussion is on the aggregate cement ratio. Let me write it here: aggregate cement ratio, aggregate by cement ratio. And here also I'll write aggregate by cement ratio. Right. So in both the case, the cement content is same. Okay, we are just playing with the aggregate. The cement content is same in both the case, right? So in the first case, let us say in the first case number one, and this is my case number two. So in the first case, let us say I have more number of aggregates. The aggregates are more here. I'll draw it in this way. And here in the case 2, the aggregate are less. Okay. Now what is going to happen if aggregate is more? What is going to happen? Let me draw the aggregates here. So these are more number of aggregates. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And this is a, let us say, a kind of a container I'm taking. We'll try to understand in this way. This is aggregate. So there are more number of aggregate, and the cement paste is constant in both case 1 and case 2. If there are more number of aggregate, what is going to happen when you prepare a cement paste? Most of the cement paste will be gone in covering the surface of the aggregate, right? Since you have more surface here, since you have more aggregate, so what will happen? All the cement paste whatever you have prepared, no, that will be gone in covering all the area of the surface area of the aggregate, right? First point. So if more amount of cement paste has gone in covering the surface area of the aggregate, then what will happen? Very less amount of cement paste will be remaining for the lubrication in the sense for the workability point of view, right? So your concrete will not be flowable. So this is the meaning of the first case. In the first case, what will happen? Since number of aggregates are more, if number of aggregates are more, then surface area is more. If surface area is more, then what is going to happen? More amount of cement paste is required to cover the surface area. If all my cement paste is gone in covering the surface area, then none of the cement paste, I mean very little amount of surface, very little amount of cement paste is left out for the lubrication, right? Lubrication in the sense for the workability of the, so that your concrete will remain flowable. But if I take you to the second case, let me draw the second case here. So in the second case, what will happen? I've shown an arrow mark down here, that is aggregate content is less. Again, the cement content will remain same in the second case. Let us say I'm taking the cement content as 100 here, and here also I'll take 100. This is same. Okay, since I'm doing a comparison, the base has to be same every time, right? Now here the aggregate number is less. So if the aggregate number is less, let me draw it. Let us say I'll draw very little aggregate, very few number of aggregates I'm going to draw. Okay, done, enough for me, right? I'll draw on this much. So now what has happened? Since less number of aggregates are there, if less number of aggregates are there, what is going to happen? Surface area is going to come down. If surface area is going to come down, the cement paste required will be also less to cover the surface area of this. If less amount of cement paste is gone in covering the surface area, then what will happen? More amount of cement paste is remaining for me. If more amount of cement paste is remaining, then what is going to happen? There will be very good lubrication. That means the workability is going to increase, right? Because in both the case, cement paste remains the same. It's very simple. Let us say I've taken 100 kg of cement paste and 100 kg of cement paste in both the case. Here out of 100 kg, let us say 80 kg of the cement paste has gone in covering the surface area. Only 20 kg of the cement paste is left out for the lubrication. But in the case 2, since the surface area of the aggregate is less, because less number of aggregates are there, let us say only 50 kg of my cement paste has gone in lubrication of the, I mean 50 kg of the cement paste has gone in the covering the surface area of the aggregate. So how much is left out of 100? Another 50 is left out. That means 50 kg of cement paste is left here for the lubrication. That means more workability is achieved compared to the first case. In the second case, more cement paste is available. If more cement paste is available, more workability is achieved. So that is why always remember, aggregate cement ratio, if it is less, always good, so that your workability is going to increase. So this is the importance of the aggregate cement ratio, and this is how it affects the workability of the concrete. I hope this is clear. Now coming to the third point. What is the third point? Size of the aggregate. Yeah. So what is going to happen with the size of the aggregate? It's very simple. We know that. So if the size of the aggregate is more, we'll do it in this way. Yeah. So the bigger the size of the aggregate, right? We'll go in this way. Yeah. Okay. We are again speaking in terms of cement paste only. Let us say we have bigger size of the aggregate. Okay. If size of the aggregate is bigger, then what is going to happen? if the size of the aggregate is bigger, then what will happen? Number of aggregates will be less because the size is big. So in this container, if the bigger sizes I'm putting, the number of aggregate is going to come down. If number of aggregate will be less, what is going to happen? Surface area is also going to be less. And if surface area is less, then what is going to happen? More amount of cement paste will be there for me, right? So that is why if I'm using a bigger size of aggregate, then my workability is going to increase. So the less is the surface area, and hence less amount of water is required for wetting the surface. As a result of that, more amount of cement paste is there for the lubrication, and as a result of that, the workability is going to increase. So the same thing I've written it here. For a given quantity of water and a paste, you can say it as cement paste. Bigger size of aggregate will give higher workability. How it is going to give higher workability, we already seen. Since there are bigger size of aggregate, the surface area required will be less. If surface area required is less, then more amount of cement paste is there for the lubrication, right? This is how the size of aggregate is going to affect the workability. On the other hand, let us say I'm having a smaller size of the aggregate. Let us say very small size of aggregates I'm having. Okay, we'll do in this way. So since there are small size of the aggregate, what is going to happen? The number of the aggregates have increased now compared to the first case. In this, the number of aggregates have increased. If number of aggregates have increased, the surface area has also increased. And if the surface area has increased, cement paste is same in both the case. Okay, like I explained in the previous case. So more amount of cement paste will go in coating the surface of this aggregate. Then what will happen? Very less amount of cement paste will remain for the lubrication. So hence what is going to happen? Workability is going to come down. So this is the meaning of the size of the aggregate, and this is how it's going to affect the workability of the concrete. Yeah. Next, what we have, the next one is the shape of the aggregate. We already have seen that in the first chapter also. We have angular, elongated, and flaky aggregates. And elongated and flaky aggregates makes the concrete very harsh. That is, since they have more surface area, again for a very same reason, more amount of cement paste will be gone. If more amount of cement paste is gone, less amount of cement paste will remain for the lubrication. That means workability is going to come down. So when compared to the rounded, in rounded aggregate, what is going to happen? The surface area is less, and if the surface area is less, what is going to happen? Less amount of cement paste will go in coating the surface, and more amount of cement paste will remain for the lubrication. And if more amount of cement paste is remaining for the lubrication, more amount of, more workability is achieved, right? So this is the importance of the shape of the aggregate, right? Again, very simple again, because see, if you take the angular, the surface area is very rough, and if you take the flaky, this is my flaky aggregate, and this is my elongated aggregate, right? So here what is happening? Surface area is more, surface area is more, surface area. On the other hand, if you take a rounded aggregate, the surface area is very less. So if surface area is less, all other things we have understood. So whenever you do the comparison, no, here you have to keep the cement paste same, and with respect to the same cement paste, we try to do the comparison, right? Yeah. So next, what we have, the next is a, yeah, we'll try to see what is next. Yeah. So next one, what we have is surface texture. Why this is coming? Okay, give me a minute, I'll take it out. Yeah. So next one, what we have is a surface texture of the aggregate. Again, it's understood for us, because if you have a rough surface area, then what will happen? It will show poor workability. Why is that? If rough surface area is there, then again what is going to happen? If my aggregate is rough in nature, that is rough texture, then the surface area will be more. Again, if surface area is more, what is going to happen? More amount of cement paste is required for covering that. If more amount of cement paste is gone in covering the area of the aggregate, very less amount of cement paste is remaining for the lubrication. And if less amount of cement paste is remaining for the lubrication, the workability is going to come down. So I have written it here, poor workability. And on the other hand, if you have a smooth surface, if you have a smooth texture of an aggregate, then what is going to happen? Surface area is less, and if surface area is less, less amount of cement paste is required. And if less amount of cement paste is required for covering the surface area, then more amount of cement paste is remaining for the lubrication. If more amount of cement paste is remaining for the lubrication, it's going to give me more workability, and that is what I require, right? So it's written here, will give better workability if you're going for a smooth or a glossy textured aggregate. And the last point what we have is yeah, yeah, it's written here, smooth texture will have less surface area, as I explained. So cement paste will flow easily. And the last one what we have is a grading of aggregate. And grading of aggregate we have already seen. We have well graded aggregate and we have poorly graded aggregate. And if you try to understand that through this example, see. So this is my first case. Okay, so here what is happening, here there is no grading, right? So you have more whites here. So if there is more whites in between, so we'll compare only the first and the third one. We'll try to compare this one and this one, right? The second, the middle one is not required, forget about that. Yeah, so here what is happening, the size of the aggregate is more here. That means the voids are more. If voids are more, when you try to pour the cement paste, let us say I have 3 liter, I'm speaking in terms of liters now, you can speak even in terms of kg also, to put it in a better way. I'll pour 3 liters of cement paste in this. So what will happen, wherever there is voids, no, the cement paste will try to fill everywhere, right? So let us say almost 2 liters has gone in filling the 2 liters has gone in filling these voids. Then how much liter is left out? Only 1 liter of cement paste is left out. That means I'm going to get workability. If I tell it in terms of liter, only 1 liter of cement paste is remaining for my for the workability. But if I take the case 2, here there are, again I have 3 liter of cement paste, let us say. Okay, 3 liter. So when I try to put 3 liter of cement paste here, what is going to happen? There are very little voids, right? Compared to the first case. Let me erase everything. Yeah. So let me do 3 liters here. Yeah. Okay. Good. So now what is, there are very less void compared to the first case. There is no voids at all. So whatever cement paste you're putting here, no, very little less. Let us say half kg is gone in filling the voids, because you cannot have a what you call zero voids in any of the uh, particles. There will be voids everywhere, right? So let us say half kg is gone in filling the voids, and how much is left of, how much is left out? 2.5 kg is left out. So what is this 2.5 kg? 2.5 kg of cement paste is left out for the workability. So what is happening now? I mean, indirectly, what is happening? You are getting more amount of cement paste. If you are getting more amount of cement paste for the lubrication, your workability is going to increase. That is why always remember, for a well graded, it's written here, the better the grading, the less is the void content and higher is the workability. So always we try to go with a well graded aggregates. This is my well graded. Here all the different size of aggregates have been put up, so the voids is less, and as a result of that, the workability is going to increase for me, right? So these are the factors which affects the workability. Now the last one what we have is the use of admixture, that we'll try to see in the next lecture, right? So we'll see you back in the next lecture. Thank you.